Hey, this is Bowen. We're here at the Papa facility just outside Pittsburgh playing some 8-Ball Deluxe. It's one of the best-selling games, pinball machines of all time. Roughly 20,000 of these made in 1981 and thereabouts. It's a single-ball game with a number of targets to shoot. Basically, the more accurate your shooting is in this game, the better you'll play, but there are also a few things to watch out for in the nudging. So this still bridges the gap between shooting games and games where your control of the playfield with your hands makes a difference. Definitely makes a difference in this game. But we'll talk strategy as well. Strategy does vary in 8-Ball Deluxe from a game where extra balls are being awarded to a game where extra balls aren't awarded. It makes the first ball more important because 8-Ball Deluxe is a game where bonus carries over from ball to ball. So you really want to try and immediately rack as many of the balls 1 through 7 or 9 through 15, depending on whether you're an odd or even player, and make as many of these, and ideally make the 8-ball right on their first ball. That would be a perfect start. That means getting the ball over to the left flipper is important, and don't forget that bally drop targets are in effect, so it's quite possible to miss a drop target altogether here. Now from the right flipper, you might say, well, there's not much to do. There are a couple things to do. One shot is the multiplier shot, but you tend not to want to go for that early in the game because right now the multiplier shot is only worth 14,000. A second shot that's probably more worth going for is this lane shot to the left, but even that's not very valuable in a game where you're not playing for extra balls. The best thing to do actually is to get the ball back to the left flipper or pop it out. We'll do some tap passing later on to see if I can pull off a few of those, but initially, and the way I first approach this game is to try and do a post transfer to roll it over to the left that way. So if it comes off there, now you might have noticed there it came off a little high. Not high enough to get over a post transfer, but I'm going to use that to my advantage. If it rolls that same spot, I'm going to dink it as soon as it gets to the top of the flipper and try to make more balls. So let's try that again. And there is a very poorly played transfer, but I'm getting away with it. The other feature, one feature to know about that some players don't, is the fact that completing A, B, and C, A and B at the top and the C, D down the bottom, C and D are often linked together, so if you make one, you get both. If you can make all of those, it will award you 1 or 2 pool balls, depending on settings. So at this point, I'm actually going to shoot through the lane all the way to the top and try to complete A, B, C, D to get credit for that last ball that I need. Here is where nudging takes over. You want to really have to nudge to get that. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. But I got the 6-ball ready to go. Now the 8-ball is ready. So 8-ball is the ideal outcome for the first ball because you'll get this 56,000 super bonus that you'll be able to carry over with you for the rest of the game and get the balls. Basically, when you get 8-ball led in this game, you want to abandon everything else that's going on and shoot that 8-ball, especially if it's not your final ball of the game. Behind the 8-ball is a collect bonus saucer. So if you can get the ball in there too, you can stand to make a ton of points real quick, especially later in the game. But early on, you want to make that 8-ball as quick as you can. It can be made from any of the 3 flippers, but of course the easiest one is the lower left. I shot it, I think, a little too early first time, so that's a little too late. Here I'm trying to get it, stay away from that out lane. And we'll see if I can pull off a post transfer here. No, just some poor shooting on my part, but it's the nudging that's allowing me to survive right now. So there's the completion of A, B, C, D. Doesn't give you the 8-ball. It doesn't matter what you get there, but you notice I nudged to get try to get the A. The A is a little safer. It tends to be less likely to drain off of the A than from the B. And I'm back, finally. That was a long, arduous trek to try and get back to the left. I missed the shot too far to the right last time, so let's go earlier. And again, it was missed a little too late. There I used the upper flipper as a stopper to get the ball to drop back down to my lower left. Still shooting too late on this. There it is. In 8-Ball Deluxe, after you complete the bank and drop targets, these spot targets come up called Deluxe. They are completely ignorable during competition play if you're not playing for specials, if you're not playing for replays. Those just do not matter at all, and you should never aim for them. Except on some settings, completing Deluxe re-racks the balls. 8-Ball Deluxe is a game where there are a lot of different software options, and it's useful to know what the software options are to know whether going for Deluxe is valuable. But in general, going for Deluxe is not valuable, and what you should do at this point is start aiming for the lanes, which are increasing in value towards 70,000 a shot. Shoot for multipliers, which at this point are worth 56,000 a shot, and just cash in things. The main cash in being the saucer in the upper right, which is the bonus collect. So there, I'm going to try for that saucer. If I can get into that saucer, I will get... Oh, I will get hosed. But that's okay. Oh, I'll get hosed twice. All right, well, let's not go for that anymore, I suppose. Yeah, let's go for it anyway. But, yeah. So anyway, that usually doesn't happen, but it can happen. And obviously, when it does happen, you get a little hosed by the machine, but that's pinball. Seeing as how that wasn't working, I'm going to try to rack my bonus a little bit, get my multipliers up. The lane on the left is right now worth 50,000, so let's go for that. It's a safer shot. The multiplier is worth 56,000 to me right now, but the lane shot is safe, well, assuming I don't brick it really badly like I just did. And now that I'm on the left again, I'll go for the collect bonus. There, when the ball was coming back down off the 8-ball, I give the machine a push like that, pushes the ball a little bit further to the left, which avoids the center drain possibility after coming down from that 8-ball. And there's 3 screw jobs out of the collect bonus, so hopefully that will be tuned up a little bit before the next Pinburger Papa tournament. 50,000 lane, A, B, C, D, 4th completion, and center drain. Really wasn't anything to do about that. Good starting ball. Now we're in the ball 2. The ball's re-racked because I finished the 8-ball. And multipliers are now going to become more valuable because the multiplier is already worth 56,000 even at the start of the ball. Every ball I make will increase that value, so the multiplier can pay off quite a bit. You want to avoid, if possible, to get house balls in this situation, because house balls just deprive you of that opportunity to make the multipliers. Okay, that was a little lucky there. I probably pushed the machine more than I needed to get it out of that right out lane. Games in this era tend to not to have rubber on the posts between the in lanes and out lanes, which means if you want to save a ball, you have to save it by pushing it off the sidewall and back in, and that's what you saw there. I'm going to aim for the 3X because, again, that's worth, I think now, 70,000. It's worth more than any other shot in the game. So shot efficiency is something to think about in pinball. Make the shots that are worth the most points. It's pretty obvious, really, but if you think about what shots are actually worth when you shoot them, you'll tend to find yourself making better decisions. So at the same time, I'm also trying to get control again. Let's make the 4X. Multipliers, it's kind of neat in 8-Ball Deluxe. The multiplier shots actually get more difficult as you go because they're further along. Like that shot would have made a 2X fine, but for the 5X, it's no good. And I lost. Please don't tilt when you get going on this game because the bonus is huge. That was 300,000 bonus there. And if I had tilted out, I would have lost that opportunity. So again, ball 3, I'm going to go for the multipliers first. The multipliers are worth 84,000 each, plus whatever balls I make. And there's a case. That's going to fly right back at you. You have to be ready, both flippers down, and anticipate where that ball is going to go so that you can make a stop or a save if necessary. From the left flipper, completing balls is less of a priority on ball 3 than the multipliers. So I'm actually going to try to make a multiplier reverse shot here, or pop it over so I can make that shot from the right. And by tilting, I just bricked out almost 300,000 points. So a game that would have been over 1 million turned into a little under 800,000. Just something to watch out for, because in competition play, if you're qualifying on 8-Ball Deluxe, Those points really matter. You do not want to tilt this game. It's going to be costly. So let's play it one more time. All right, one final game of 8-Ball Deluxe. We'll try and make it a good one. 8-Ball definitely a game which can be frustrating in its difficulty, and the fact that you can play it great one day or one game, and the next game you're just at the mercy of the machine. Completing the rack of balls is really important at the beginning of the game. So if you can make all 7 balls and then the 8-ball on ball 1, you're in a really strong position. Now this is an interesting situation because I need to make the 6 and 7 ball over here, which means I need the ball in the left flipper. A post transfer is a decent choice. And usually a multiple attempt post transfer. Oh my, that was very good. That's what happens when you try a post transfer and it botches miserably. So don't do that. Let's see if we can turn this into a decent game despite the horribleness of that mistake. That was a nice little play there, and another one to follow it up. So 8-ball is completed, and since we're doing stupid stuff right now, let's do some other stupid things like try to backhand every shot in the game. So we already backhanded the 8-ball, we backhanded some pool balls. Let's see about backhanding it up the lane or into the multipliers. There's a rather good use of the upper flipper. I'm going to try to make a multiplier here, and then we'll see if we can get the ball to the left and backhand another one. Backhand another one, and ideally backhand the 5x too. This is a very exciting video, I'm sure. Well, it's turned out to a post transfer, but oh well. Sorry. Get in there. Boom! Alright, big points off of that bonus collect. So after the first ball horribleness, maybe we'll actually turn this into a decent game. The 5x shot is a good choice here. But another good choice, since I was able to get the bonus collect, is to go back for that bonus collect. So let me get the 5x cashed in. Or attempt to. Poor drain there. Okay ball, not a great ball. And I have some opportunity here to pull a decent game out of the ashes of that horrible ball 1. Seven ball, 3 more balls to go. And there's a case where, yes, do I want to go down the in lane or the out lane? The answer is no. You want it out of that area completely. 3 balls to go. Balls are less of a priority than multipliers here, but let's finish this rack of balls anyway. And certainly multipliers are much more of a priority than any individual pool ball, as the multiplier is worth about 100,000. So multiplier. Ideally another multiplier. Backhanded, maybe. Well, let's just make the 4 ball. Get the 4x. Get the 8 ball. Get the 5x. Ooh. Get the 5x. Good bounce out there. And give me that bonus collect, please, man. But you're going to see a good final score out of this, maybe 1.4 or 1.3 or something. All right, I'll take it. It's not the greatest game of 8-Ball Deluxe you'll ever see, but it's pretty decent considering how bad the first ball went. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of 8-Ball Deluxe. Fun game if you get a chance to play it. It's obviously really tough to find it on location, but you'll find it here at Papa. Hope to see you there, and keep playing pinball. Bye-bye.